dominated almost every round of the game. You break the game down to different segments and different elements in this game, and they have won them all. And I think Nolan would be the first to agree to that. It has been Lou all night long.
Foul his third. Stewart barely scraped the front rim. He was a 65% free throw shooter last year. Coach Richardson says with his ability to score around the basket and from out around the three-point line, he thinks he has a chance to play at the next level if he continues to improve. He made 1 out of 2, the lead 18 for the Minutemen, 6 minutes left.
This kid's been a quiet performer in terms of being spectacular, but number 14 knows what to do on the floor, knows where to get the ball, calls a timeout right there. You need a captain, you need a leader, you need somebody that understands the concept of the strengths and weaknesses of all their players, and Kellogg does a great job in that area.
She'll try to drown you. She'll try to freeze you. She'll try to burn you. She'll try to blow you away. But she will not succeed. The Nissan Pathfinder.
What do you need to be the best?
Starter.
It's not that simple.
It just doesn't happen.
It takes a lot of work.
Discipline, dedication.
There's a lot of things that come into play.
You have to push yourself.
Day after day.
3,000 sit-ups.
30,000 shots.
Fly balls are extra batting practice.
And that's what it takes.
Get better and better.
When you cross the finish line,
It's a great feeling.
Home plate, that's it.
the victory lap.
It was such a dream.
That was the ultimate.
Starter.
What do you need to be the best? Everything you got. It's up to you.
In the 80s, a lot of companies invested their pension funds in questionable real estate. Unfortunately, that's life. In the 80s, we invested most of our pension funds in investment-grade bonds. That's New York Life. New York Life, the company you keep.
Barring a major turnaround, UMass is on its way to victory in the starter tip-off, and this year's starter tip-off MVP is Lou Rowe from the University of Massachusetts. Starter is proud to donate $1,000 to the General Scholarship Fund at UMass in the name of Lou Rowe. 28 points, 5 shy of his career high of 33 against Holy Cross last year, 12 rebounds, 3 shy of his career best, 15 against Duquesne also last season, and he has matched or surpassed the duo of Williamson and Thurman tonight.
On the rebounding end as well, and also defensively, what a tremendous job. And I think when your team sees your star player playing on a defensive effort, and it really, really helps. There's a good steal right there.
And once again, the lead down to 16 as McDaniel stripped Kellogg.
Double team coming. You got to post up to the middle of the floor.
2-on-1. Bright the pull-up and finger roll lay-in.
Dante Bride does a great job of finalizing. A lot of people can create a 2-on-1 opportunity, but they can't complete the play.
Garrett missed the layup. Rowe is 13th rebound. Rowe going coast to coast. And Garrett knocked it out of bounds.
Lou Rowe should have given it to the middle of the floor and cut without the basketball. He's going to make some NBA guy a happy guy next year.
And the hustle by Garrett will make Coach Richardson happy. He's in his first game at Arkansas. Sat out last year as a transfer from the University of New Orleans, and Coach Richardson thinks he'll help to improve the Razorback defense. Bright goes to the bench for 22 points and 7 rebounds.
He played for Tim Floyd over at the University of New Orleans, who's now at Iowa State, where they got an outstanding front court. Nice play. Excellent cut without the ball by McDaniel. Good drop bounce pass by Dillard.
And the lead back to 16 as we approach 5 minutes remaining here in Springfield, Massachusetts. And a foul by McDaniel. He knocked down Kellogg from behind.
See, Kellogg doesn't possess the speed to blow by you and create numbers, but he gets to certain points on the floor where he knows how to operate. Now he's going to have to make free throws.
Kellogg and Rowe, co-captains of the Minutemen for the 2nd straight year. This is the 3rd year as a starter for Kellogg. I mentioned many in this area had questions about if he could play major college basketball. The only schools that recruited him in Division I were Siena, Fairfield, and UMass, and Fairfield withdrew its scholarship offer, so he came to UMass and has been a terrific player.
He's been a steady player. There he is knocking down a free throw. UMass was 25 for 33, shooting 77% on the line. Last year, 63%. What a jump. What would I be without our stat man, Mr. Stamos? What a job he does whenever you come to Massachusetts.
An improvement for Kellogg, who made both free throws that trip. He shot only 61% from the line last year. Garrett, high arcing three.
Garrett trying to earn some PT now, some playing time.
They're chipping away, are the Razorbacks. It's back down to 15, but time is running out. 4:40 remaining. Kellogg fouled by Thurman, his third.
They're playing hard. They're really coming after the basketball, trying to create some tempo. Scotty asked me earlier tonight to say hello to his little son. You ready for this? He says, tell my son I'm saying hello. He's got a 3-month-old son. Do you think he can understand me saying hello to him? I think a lot of adults have a tough time understanding me.
Resisting the temptation to say just that.
He can't understand Vitalis.
Kellogg makes the first. Of course, his young son, proud when he's old enough to be proud and aware of what his dad has accomplished. One of the accomplishments on May 16th. Scotty Thurman inducted into his high school Hall of Fame in Ruston, Louisiana. Ruston High School that produced football greats like Burt Jones, Fred Dean, and Michael Brooks. Fouls on Kemby.
They retired his jersey there as well. Great honor for a young guy. I know he's very proud of that. He told me about that tonight.
That's 3 fouls on Kemby, but bear in mind he picked up the first 2 in the first couple of minutes of the game, spent some time on the bench in the first half. The last Arkansas lead, pardon me, Dick, was at 6-4.
No Cupcake City, no for Mass. We talked about they played Kansas next, then Pittsburgh, and then Maryland. What a way to start the year. Pittsburgh is an interesting program as you look at Nolan Richardson on that sideline. They'll get them back to the gym and regroup. But interesting program down at Pitt. Ralph Willard, what a job he's doing recruiting. Michael Gill from out of Dunbar will be going to Pittsburgh. Montego Cummings. So there's a lot of new excitement for the future of Pittsburgh in basketball.
Dingle to inbound, 4.5 minutes remaining. And the advantage of having somebody the size of Canby to lob it into against the pressure. Following our game, we'll be taking you live to Madison Square Garden in New York, site of the NIT championship game, New Mexico State versus number 23 Ohio U. And glad to see Gary Trent getting the exposure that he has been lacking the last year or two. The Shack of the Mac in action, trying to win the NIT championship for the Bobcats. Next, that's 9:30 Eastern time or thereabout.
I thought it was a great win going down to Virginia and winning at Virginia. And Virginia was exposed a little bit, showing some deficiency, especially from the perimeter. They were 4 for 27 from 3-point range. I think those are the things that are starting to happen right now. Syracuse, you find out a deficiency shows on a defensive end. Indiana, a little problem on a perimeter. Got a solid front court, but they're going to have to come up with some good perimeter play, some shooting from the outside.
Garrett?
He looks impressive.
Yes, he does.
Garrett's going to get himself some minutes.
Played 2 years at New Orleans, averaged 11 points per game as a freshman, 10 points per game as a sophomore, then sat out last year as a transfer. He had 35 points in Arkansas's red-white game 2 weeks ago.
There's a scrambling out of here, full court trap. Got to go into man-to-man. Massachusetts can try and spread the court. They'll try to isolate Rowe down in the box. He said, fellas, give me the ball. I'm a star tonight. They made me MVP with 5 minutes to go in the game. But we didn't waste time. Just give me the ball.
Rowe got it, but then was stripped by Thurman. Into Williamson, and he scores, and the lead is down to 13 with 3:35 remaining.
Nice inside move by Williamson. Got good deep position, not in the box.
Dingle. Underneath, Canby was fouled. Count the basket.
Canby with that explosive baseline cut without the basketball. Hartford, Connecticut player. They're so excited about his future.
Williamson is fouled out, so he joins Beck on the bench with 5 fouls, 15 points tonight for Corliss, and 7 rebounds.
Here goes Dingle. Dana Dingle's going to lay the pass off. Dingle to Canby, and it's jingle time. Bingo, jingle. Mr. Nasty right there, Corliss Williamson. 15 points, 7 rebounds. But tonight he'll be the first to stand tall and say, Lewis Rowe got the better of me tonight.
National Player of the Year honors, the John Wooden Award this season. He was a finalist, one of 16 for that award last year. He certainly helped his candidacy tonight.
Oh, there's no question he helped his candidacy. He did a great job. Kellogg's waving the people up in the stands. He's going to concentrate on the floor.
Camby finished off the three-point play. He has 13 points, 11 rebounds, 2 block shots.
And his presence really created havoc inside. There were several times where Williamson was anticipating Camby rotating over for the block shot.
Thurman missed a 3. Padilla waiting for help as McDaniel.
Oh, split the trap. Split the trap. Dump it off. He's been awesome, baby, with a cap on the leg. It has been all Massachusetts.
Padilla to Lou Rowe for the jam. 30 points for Rowe. And the drop in at the other end by Darnell Robinson, the sophomore from Oakland. That's Oakland, California. He was first-team All-State. Set the California State record for career scoring. Scored 3,361 points at Emory High School.
Wow. Look at Lewis Rowe, showing he can shoot the face-up jumper, showing he can post, showing he can play defense, showing that he's a winner, showing that he's a team player. He has done it all. The evaluators from the NBA are getting an eyeful out of Lou Rowe tonight.
McDaniel. Coach Richardson says he's getting his shot back on track. We signed him for his shooting, and he's looking for better shooting this year from McDaniel. Getting back to Rowe.
What a defensive player he is as well. McDaniel can really lock people up. We're going to take a look at Padilla right here with the basketball. He's going to split right here, come down the lane, and Rowe's going to rotate over. There it is, the split. Now the little dump down, and Mr. Rowe's going to finalize and complete the play with a little dunk, but that was created by EP, Edgar Padilla. Yes, look, John Calipari. Edgar saying, come on, coach, tell me I was great tonight.
Dingle made the first free throw. Rowe with 32 tonight, one shy of his career high set last year.
I say he helped himself in the balloting. If the balloting was tonight, he'd walk out with that trophy.
95 points given up by the Razorbacks, a team that prides itself on tenacious defense. Thurman launching a 3 and rattles out to Padilla. Ticking down to 2 minutes left.
I wonder what Mike Tirico's thinking back in the studio. Michael, Tirico, baby, it's been showtime out here, Michael. It's been all Massachusetts. It's been all Massachusetts.
And Dingle is fouled. We'll be joining Mike Tirico in a moment. He'll update you on the goings-on at Madison Square Garden, where New Mexico State and Ohio U are about to get underway.
And the crowd's going to elevate and give him a standing O. It's an SRO, standing room only. Look at this, look at the shirt. UMass refused to lose.
And as they salute Lou Rowe and the Minutemen, we check in with Mike Tirico.
Underdog versus the champ.
Okay, Sean, looking down from the top of Madison Square Garden, now underway. Ohio University in the white against New Mexico State in the red. The championship game of the preseason NIT. We'll get you out there for the entire game after we're done in Springfield, so don't go anywhere. Sean?
Dave Sims and Clark Kellogg standing by to bring you that one. Dana Dingle.
He did a solid job coming off the bench, Dingle. He really did. He gave him some plus minutes. He started last year. That's a big adjustment when you don't start. Your pride is hurt a little bit, but yet he knows that he's an important part of their rotation. The bench is excited.
Fans chanting, we're number 1, and you'd have to think they will be in the next poll, given that Arkansas was nearly a unanimous selection for number 1 in the preseason, with all 5 starters returning from their national championship team. UMass has never been ranked number 1 in the country in college basketball. Their current number 3 ranking the highest in school history. McDaniel amiss, right the rebound.
They excelled in every phase tonight. Massachusetts did a dominant job. They weren't intimidated. They came out of the gate, had a game plan, executed it. And most of all, their star responded to the challenge. You know, if Rowe gets dominated early by Corliss Williamson, that becomes contagious. But Rowe immediately attacked Corliss Williamson, took over, established that he was the premier player tonight. But this kid can flat out play, and he's a great, great kid, Corliss Williamson.
believe they called an intentional foul. They did. So Dingle will go to the line. UMass will get the ball out of bounds after he shoots 2.
Look at Lou Rowe running around with number 1. He's running around number 1. Look at Dante Bright getting on my case here. I had him number 2. That wasn't good enough for my magazine. I mean, unbelievable.
Now, you'd think these guys be coming out of the game, wouldn't you? These UMass guys, a minute and a half left. Why risk an injury with all those big games you mentioned still to come? Ahead by 20. They may want to get Rowe his new career high.
Standing ovation. Get him a real explosion.
I think if he left now, he'd get a standing ovation.
Oh, there's the foul from the back. He's going to pick up some extra points.
Well, if he makes 2, he'll have a career-high 34 points, eclipsing the 33 against Holy Cross. And good luck to George Blaney, who has left Holy Cross after 2 decades to go to Seton Hall and replace P.J. Carlissimo. George Blaney, one of the really nice gentlemen in the game.
Yeah, he really is, and he didn't have the opportunity at Holy Cross in the latter years in terms of scholarship, and now he'll do, I think, a solid job at Seton Hall as long as people are patient and understand it's not going to happen overnight.
You know, he's not inheriting very much. Picked in the coach's poll to finish last, so the people have to realize the situation George Blaney is stepping into there. New career-high 34 points.
Don Calipari has done one of the greatest rebuilding jobs in all of basketball. What he has done at Massachusetts has been absolutely amazing. Think about it, Sean. I mean, you could take any program and talk about them, where they are today, where they were, but the job he did at Massachusetts to bring them from nowhere to be one of the top 10 programs in America has been amazing.
It was definitely one of the bottom 5 programs in the country when he took it over. But he saw a big school with a variety of programs, the opportunity to attract a wide variety of students with different abilities in the classroom and other factors related to what we spoke of earlier. Bright fouled underneath, and they're going to get Rowe out of the game.
They got a beautiful new facility. They played in Mullins Center. Look at Lou Rowe, all kinds of bumps. He's happy. He's not trying to hot dog. He's a jubilant young man. He's happy. He responded to the challenge. He deserves the hugs, the kisses, the squeezes. And there it is. Calipari says you were special. What great work ethic. Watch him in practice. In fact, I watched him up in practice. I could not believe it. To me, it was like he was trying to make the team. Dante Bright's another kid with superb work ethic.
Andre First gets into the Unitarian lineup. He replaces Edgar Padilla.
Bright, 9 of 11 from the line, 23 points. We've been talking about how bad the program was that John Calipari inherited in the decade of the 80s. The entire decade, they had only 101 wins. They've already surpassed that total here in the 90s, and this is the start of the 94-95 season.
I had people when I was flying in telling me when I said I'm going to do Arkansas versus Massachusetts, number 1 against number 3, they said, Massachusetts? You can't be serious. I mean, people that don't follow the game closely, Massachusetts certainly is not a real household name in basketball.
Garrett left alone. He slams it in.
They'll get a few headlines tomorrow across America.
Fans happy as UMass went over 100. They're at 102-80. And on their way to perhaps the first ever #1 ranking in the national polls. Dingle.
Dana Dingle with that little cut without the basketball.
And Arkansas with little time to regroup for Georgetown. Final 15 seconds here in Springfield, and the partisan Massachusetts crowd enjoys the final moments.
Wow. All you can simply say, wow. It was a tremendous performance by Lou Rowe and company. Look at me, jump. Give me 5. What's he yelling at me? Lou Rowe, you're super. You did a great job, Lou. What can I say?
Who's #1 now?
Well, he got on me because I picked Corliss Williamson #1.
Coming up next, the championship game of the preseason NIT from MSG in New York. New Mexico State against Ohio U. Now, Sean McDonough and Dick Vitale saying so long from Springfield, where the Massachusetts Minutemen have defeated the Arkansas Razorbacks 104-80. So long, everyone.
And we welcome you to New York City's Madison Square Garden. Dave Sims and Clark Kellogg with you for the championship game of the preseason NIT.